summer in our heads being basically the stretch from June to August, right? And so now we're getting into later August and every weekend counts, and the forecast isn't really playing ball here.
Yeah, that's essentially the case, Mark. Well, many were hoping to enjoy this weekend in central Canada. The east were really focused on storms and incoming storms in the next few days. Western Canada, the prairies, a whole lot of smoke in the forecast. Cooler conditions today in western portions of Canada, northern parts of the western prairies towards the Calgary region, Saskatoon, and even upwards of those areas. They have seen rain and thunderstorms earlier today. BC, mostly Metro Vancouver area, seeing a lot of sunshine today. That won't change in the next few hours as they see some rain. The warmest spots around the Great Lakes, well, Chicago 27. Things are cooling down in Toronto with all of that rain and thunder. Tornado watches and warnings earlier today in parts of Ontario. We know a lot of severe weather is headed towards Quebec as well in the next 24 to 48 hours. What we're expecting for Montreal tomorrow, 26 for your high. The active weather probably rolling in late in the evening, 9, 10 p.m. and onwards. For the most part, it's going to be quite active and a lot of heavy rain in northern Quebec from the start of tomorrow. But things will start to get heavy western Quebec around the early evening, and then later on southern Quebec late into the evening. Monday, a lot of rain for Quebec City once you are getting ready for work. And as the day progresses, we're going to see a lot more rain as those low pressure systems pass through the Sherbrooke area, Thetford Mines, where we're going to see some accumulations there. So the heaviest totals that we're expecting so far around that 40 to 50 millimeter mark could be happening in central Quebec overnight tonight, but over here as we head towards Trois-Rivières, Quebec City, Saguenay, that's more so what we're dealing with on Monday. So stay tuned for a couple of wet days out there today. Don't worry, the sun will eventually shine. Tuesday, mostly cloudy conditions, 20 degrees, and we're also cooling down on Monday with that rain, the humidity, 24, winds from the north on that day. Still mostly cloudy by the middle of the week, but things will start to get brighter Thursday, Friday, and heading into Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud, 26. Your overnight low above seasonal at 17. Hey, thanks very much, Mark. Yeah, lots going on in the forecast today. We're seeing some boats on the Toronto Harbour as well. You should not be out on the water in conditions like this. We're looking at 23 degrees outside the Toronto airport. It is feeling closer to 33, though, and it's this humidity that helps fuel a lot of these storms that we've been seeing through the day. We're still seeing those passing through the city centre just now, but for the most part, things have been most severe around the Halton Hills region and towards the north and east of that. That's where we're seeing tornado watches still in effect. Milton, Caledon up towards northern York region and into New Tecumseh as well. But for the most part, still also seeing reports of a tornado touching down 30 minutes or so south of Kitchener. Although no confirmation by Environment Canada, we are seeing reports online of severe damage over there. Severe thunderstorm watches continue through much of the GTHA and into the Niagara Falls region. And then we have these two alerts, which are for rain up towards the Bruce Peninsula. Those are some of the highest amounts, potentially 100 millimeters. Towards Algonquin, potentially 80 millimeters. And in the Toronto region, originally forecasted 50 to 100. Now Environment Canada saying closer to 200 possible. We'll talk about what our models are showing in the full forecast. We're expecting a downpour in the Toronto region, perhaps around the very early morning hours come tomorrow, and then round 2 of these storms rolls through later on in the afternoon. So your overnight brings a slight risk of a shower in Toronto, 22 degrees, and come tomorrow your high at 24. The thunderstorms later on in the evening, taking us to around 8 p.m. Mark?
All right, thank you so much, Noor.
A whole lot of smoke in the forecast. Well, it was quite incredible to see how for a short period of time we had patches of sunshine, and in the matter of minutes those ominous, dangerous looking clouds taking over, and that's when it started to pour in the Toronto region. We're looking at more of those downpours come tomorrow very early in the morning, think 4 to 6 a.m. and then we're going to see some more of that activity into the afternoon mixed in with some thunderstorms. 24 feeling closer to 31 in Toronto. So do expect some more thunderstorms later on this evening through the GTA. Your overnight getting a bit quieter, and then as we head into tomorrow morning, as I mentioned, a lot of us in the Toronto region, even approaching the Oshawa area rather, could be seeing those downpours early in the morning. By the afternoon, thunderstorms take over, and it looks like some of the heaviest that we're going to be seeing is past North Bay around the western Quebec region later on in the afternoon. Things will start to quiet down as we head into your Monday, although for the most part the eastern portions of Ontario could still be seeing some cloud cover and rain for the start of their work week. These are just initial estimates, and it's very hard to predict how much rain thunderstorms could bring, but for the most part, those downpours in Toronto tomorrow morning in the afternoon, we could be looking at an additional 72 millimeters of rain, potentially. Some reports are showing that we've already seen around 105 millimeters in the Etobicoke and Mississauga region over the span of 2 hours, if not less. Your temperatures will see a sharp drop come Monday when we see those thunderstorms move out. A change in wind direction from the north, 19 degrees. Things will slowly start to get warmer heading into the weekend, 28 for your Saturday. Hey, thanks very much, Mark. Cloud and rain opening our day in Quebec this Saturday. I think not a lot of people too happy to have their weekend taken by this system, and we know there's more to come. For the most part, the most stormy sides of the province have been towards western Quebec. The Val d'Or area has been seeing thunderstorms. Southern Quebec, for the most part, on and off rain. And you can see on this map the regions that didn't see enough rain and thunderstorms are still quite muggy. Beauport 33, Gaspé 35 with the humidex, and Montreal 32 degrees with the humidex. Winds have been picking up, and unfortunately we know we're not going to see the end of that rain anytime soon. Special weather statements by Environment Canada have been expanded to include southern portions of Quebec, climbing up to Mont-Laurier, and western regions as well. That's for 20 to 30, even up to 40 millimeters of rain as we see those thunderstorms continue, especially through Sunday afternoon and heading into Monday. Still with those air quality statements in parts of eastern Quebec and central regions, that wildfire smoke should improve come Sunday morning. Thunderstorms still active towards western portions of the province. The Gatineau region could see a bit more. A small risk for Montreal later tonight at around 5 p.m. But by tomorrow, round 2 rolls in, and it will continue all the way through to the evening. We'll talk potential totals in the next forecast. 21 this evening in Montreal with a slight chance of a thunderstorm and a shower. 25 come tomorrow for your high. Plenty of cloud cover, and the thunderstorms return later on in the evening. Mark?